Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, May 11th. How is everybody today?
Pooped.
Poopy doop. I'm tired too.
I have a chia pet for a lawn.
Spring in Northeast Ohio. It is definitely the time of year where the lawn grows like insane.
Well, would it be a problem if I was able to mow it more than every 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's definitely been drama salad. The lawn has been drama, but you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It is what it is. That's what I say. How have you all been for the last 2 weeks? I've been busy and I've not been doing real well, but I've been
doing okay.
I got
you. I got you.
I do have good news. Remember the star-touched meadow block that I had started that I was like, it's poofed into thin air and I can't find it, and I was very upset because I had it started and it was...
Hallelujah.
It poofed back out of thin air.
And we're not kidding. She pulled it out of a location we both have checked at least half a dozen times since it went missing.
So, there's been some piles, like, on the table here and in the chair there. And the other night, had a meeting over at the church that Tristan needed to be at, and I needed some help with something with my craft room upstairs. The massive wad of fabric that has been taking up space in my closet since we moved into this house has been donated to greater purposes. I'll get to that in a minute. So Tristan came over that afternoon. We worked on that, and then we went to the meeting. I had to feed Tristan, so we kind of had to clean up this space over here, and that's when it poofed back up. I don't know where it was in this pile of stuff, but it was in there, and yay, it poofed back up, and I'm so excited, because I don't have to restart it, and I didn't lose my needle minder, and yay. This is on the docket this week for the Sal block, if I get stitching time. To be quite honest.
Are you... Okay, well, at least he has the leash, apparently.
Yes. I would be concerned about my dogs unleashed because of the other dogs in the neighborhood, but that's just me.
Oh, judging from those 2 dogs, he don't have nothing to worry about. I think those 2 will double team that dang dog.
Those 2 dogs are very well behaved, though.
And I also think they'll jack them up. Those are not small dogs.
No, they're not. Anyways, Squirrel. So I'm going to be kind of busy this week because Tristan's garage needs cleaned out. And I have offered to help. And we got a lot farther today than expected. And, you know, it's just, it's good to have someone to help. What?
Let me know when more shelves need to go up.
Okay.
They were having issues, and I'm like, I can get the shelf up for you. They're like, yeah, they just looked at me like, you know what you're doing? And just grabbed Laura and left the room.
That's basically, well, it was kind of a, okay, you know what you're doing, I'm going to let you do it. I've got stuff I need to do outside. Let's go do stuff outside, Laura. And I helped paint up the other shelves that are going to end up going back in the house eventually.
Yeah, but I got it up there.
Very much like I am. Just having that extra person there while you're working is motivation. And I think that's why it was like, when I said, hey, I need help motivating with the craft room, I got this. Well, can you help with the garage? And the weather has kind of been spotty. So, but it finally worked out to where this week is a good week. So.
Also, they have the same type of walls we do. Old. The wood with lattice wood with plaster. So I actually was like, thanks, I got to practice hanging shelves on this type of walls and not my house.
No, but they were very good.
Oh, they actually laugh when I said that. They're like, glad I can help.
Yeah.
They're probably just like you. Do me a favor tomorrow. Ask them, what was your thoughts when you spent 4 days trying to do that and Joe got it done in an hour and a half?
Well, I will ask.
Because I'm naturally handy, and it's usually funny when people who are not ask me for help and I get it done, because they're usually like, huh? I mean, it's just like when people are naturally crafty. I probably would take 4 times as long to sew something up as you would.
Probably. And I did finally get to give Tristan their, the flag. They thought it was amazing. They were, like, blown away. They're like, you did a really good job. And it is now sitting, because it's in, like, a picture frame with that can sit up independently. It is sitting on top of one of the mannequins that they found in a thrift store. So, the 2 mannequins that are here, one was purchased, the one that's like the full torso. Joe has seen them. So there's one that's like a full torso without the head. And then there's one that's just like the waist area. It was basically an underwear mannequin in some store. The underwear mannequin, the lady at the thrift store was just like, do you want this one too? Because it's not really selling. So Tristan purchased it. That's my understanding of the story. I may not have it completely right. But it is sitting on top of the underwear mannequin, which does have underwear on it, which I found absolutely bizarrely funny. But
okay, you wonder what I find bizarrely funny?
What?
They have black with sparkling design boxers on the torso that has the dress shirt and vest on it.
I know.
It's like, why does the suit mannequin have underwear?
I don't really know. I'm not asking.
Okay, we've been rambling.
I'm at the point. There are things we just don't ask about with Tristan because we don't want the answers.
You'll get them anyway.
I'll get them eventually.
Let's get through this.
Let's get to the rest of. There is not a lot of stitching to show here, folks, because, like I said, I've been kind of in a.
I'm sorry. Mowing lawn kicked my butt. I want to go to lay down or sit down.
So we only had one commenter on our video from 2 weeks ago, but she commented 4 times. So.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you for commenting on our video. Thank you for watching, even if you didn't comment. Even if you do watch and you don't comment, could you please just throw a heart or something down there? Let me know you're watching.
You know what? Here's the quest of the day. Put the word, and I am not kidding, comment.
Please, that would be hilarious.
I want to know how many comments we get for comment, and you know what? Are we doing anything this week? I have a little challenge. If we can get, what do you think, 6 different people putting the word comment, we'll film next week.
So, okay. Yes. However, it will not be filmed on Monday. Monday is Ladies Guild, the final Ladies Guild of the season.
Oh.
So, we'll film Tuesday. Yes, that should work.
Yeah, so we'll film on Tuesday if we get at least 6 different people
next week
saying comment.
Yes, which I would. We had thought about going back to a weekly stitching or a weekly schedule, but well, when you see the amount of stitching I have for 2 weeks, you kind of understand why that hasn't happened.
Well, the thing is, right now you're currently doing other not stitchy stuff.
Well, this week I'm doing currently not. I just.
The last
motivation to stitch is just not there right now.
Well, you want to know what you should probably do? What we're currently doing. Back off. Relax.
I'm not having a good time with things.
Did you ever find the right hook?
No. The hook is gone. I need to dig through the couch because I'm pretty sure there's another hook in the couch that I need to find. I lost one of my crochet hooks. I'm pretty sure it actually got lost outside at the church I teach religious education at last Wednesday. So, I'll get there. I have extras of that size. I just will have to pull out what I have crocheted and go from there. Okay. Let us start with what I have stitched on. So I did do, the week of the 27th. Last week was so bad. I don't even remember what the theme was because I didn't stitch for any of it. So the week of the 27th, I pulled out my stamped heart succulents, full coverage for that week's style prompt. I honestly, too, because my stitching motivation has been so abysmal, there have been times where I've just gone back and build a challenge on certain weeks. So, like, following the challenges right now is just not happening fully. So, but I did manage 300 stitches on this. Was it? Yeah, it was only 300 stitches on this. Which is in here. As you can see, I only have this chunk of blue left to finish. I think it's going to take me, I think I figured at least 4 more weeks, maybe 5, to finish it.
5. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 almost full blocks of 300, and then you have about, say, maybe 3 to 4, depending on how many you want to do.
Okay. The outside blocks are only 10 by 9.
Oh.
So.
That's rude.
I know. But that's where we're at. It's coming along. That's what I've got to say for it. I did pull out, that week I did pull back out, Windmill by Mill Hill from their Buttons and Beads collection. And I accidentally figured out why Tristan picked this as the project for me to start for my birthday month. Tristan loves windmills. Tristan has always wanted a windmill.
Want me to build them one? I could build them a small wind chime windmill.
I would like to find but anyways, so Tristan will pick this out for me to start. That's why I'm like, that's kind of interesting. I don't mind. I am not stitching it on the perforated paper because when you get into the bigger size ones, I struggle with the perforated paper and breaking it, and so I just used a piece of fabric. And I did 533 stitches on it. It's really hard to see because it's all kind of clouded in here. But there we go. So there's that. Very cute. It's coming along. I'm very pleased with it. And then I pulled out over that weekend, so the first weekend of May, I pulled out one of my yearly projects. And that was Dressmaker's Daughter by Mirabilia. And for that I did 434 stitches on it. I have finally finished filling in the background, 8:15. I've got a little bit more of the silks to finish on this side, the silk on this side. And then really all I have left to do on this side is back stitching, beading, and to put the spring label on. The way the word is designed, the cross stitches are going to be done with the back stitching along it. My only conundrum on this project is the beading. Because if I bead and fully finish this, I am not going to be able to use the hoop to stitch, what is it, winter and summer.
Can I make my stupid suggestion?
But if I leave all the beading, I'm going to be kicking my own ass.
Can I make the stupid suggestion?
What?
Leave all of the beading. Like, I would do winter next, the one next to it.
Yeah, I'm going to go winter next.
And then bead those two.
What I'm thinking I may do is do winter next, bead winter, because I won't have to worry about working around the beads for summer. Do summer, beat spring. Do autumn. I don't know.
That actually is a great idea. I was just thinking it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to figure it, because I cannot leave all of this beading for last. It will drive me insane. So what I need to do is figure out how to work it so that I can do the beading in a section without it impeding the hoop for the next section.
You just did. You had a great solution, dear.
Yes, I do think that's what's going to work. Because I can't impede being able to use the hoop because it's too big. But I can't leave all of the beading. I just can't. And I actually did it so that I only pulled the colors. So in this bag right now, I only have the floss colors for the spring block. So when I go over to winter, I will pull the colors for the winter block. That way I am not tying up a whole metric ton of flosses in one project, because this is already, I think, year 2 or 3 on this. It's a big project. It's a Mac Daddy of a project, let me tell you.
Well, I have a stupid idea.
What?
Do you want me to help with it?
No, I love stitching it. It's
Okay.
just, I decided when I started it, I needed to break it down by the seasons with the flosses. And there are flosses that, tie over.
Chinning up a full thing is a bit much.
Yeah, like all of the metallics for it, I believe, are in here, and all of the silks are in here. But I was also like, oh, if I tie up all these flosses, that just was not feasible in my brain. Okay, so that was that week. Then we switched to the week of May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Last week. Last week was a rough week. I actually ended up going up to Tristan's on Tuesday and running errands with Tristan on Tuesday because I just couldn't handle being in the house. I really don't know what was going on, but and that is where we get to the story of offloading all of the fabric. So the week prior, Tristan had come over and we had gone through all the fabric, and I said, I need to do something with this. What do you suggest? Tristan volunteers at a place up in Cleveland that's partnered with one of the Catholic churches up there, and it's called Open Threads. It's a studio space. They offer classes to people who need an employable skill. It started out as something for incarcerated people or fresh out people. It has expanded now to include a large number of immigrants and refugees, just to give them something that's an employable skill so that they can go out and find a job and be a productive member of society, which I think is a great thing. They also kind of are doing, I guess they're doing like a little storefront thing. Anyways, fabric got loaded up in the car and driven up to Open Threads, and it was hilarious because we walked in, and the guy that was standing there that had to, was gonna, that this was donated. I walked in the door, because you have to go in a door and then kind of around a little bit of a corner, and he's standing there looking at Tristan and then he looked over at me coming in the door with the other half of the fabric.
All of them are in the same boxes, by the way.
Yes, and the head shot back to Tristan and the face went. And I was about on the floor. It was 80 pounds of fabric. Because they had to weigh it when it got.
Was he irritated or happy?
He was happy. I mean, he was like, no, we got interns that come in. They'll sort it, so all we got to do is get it downstairs and weighed and checked in, and they will take care of it. And he asked me if I needed like a receipt or anything for the donation, and I said no. It had been donated to me from a quilter that had passed away. I just have been hanging on to it because I needed it to go to a good use. That is a good use, because even if one of their students goes in and takes it and uses it to practice some stuff, that's still a good use in my opinion.
Here, this is the fabric that, honestly, in an environment like that, training fabric is probably invaluable because, well, I wouldn't feel bad destroying some of those pieces of fabric.
Well, and there's quite a bit there, so I'm appreciative of that. And
Okay.
So, all that to say, I stitched on 2 things last week. I did my block of the month, my Star Touch Meadow block of the month. So I did the March block, the Daffodil block. I did 302 stitches on it. Yoink, this way. I have this block, the bottom half of the bottom, this quarter of the block, almost completely done. I think there's still some gaps in there. Oh no, I'm a liar. It is completely done now. I did finish it. Those 302 stitches finished it. So we have half of the block done. Yay!
I'm sorry.
Tristan was enjoying looking at my finished projects that are sitting up there. And then I started pulling stuff out and got... We need to get you some frames. Yeah, we do. We need to start working on some frames.
At this point, we just need to get a Rolodex.
Okay, so then I pulled out, over the weekend, I pulled out, Thursday. I was going to say, what did I do that I was busy on Thursday? Thursday I went plant shopping. So Tuesday I was with Tristan. Wednesday was the last day of PSR for the year. Thursday, Mom and I went down to Shiloh to go plant shopping. So I have my plants, which are going to be all over my kitchen tonight because there's a frost warning.
And then we did something else Thursday.
And then Thursday we have an 8-game season ticket pass to the Lake Erie Crushers, which is a Frontier League baseball team. They are MLB partners, so they're not like a feed line into the MLB, but MLB teams can come down, look at these guys playing, and say, you know, you're kind of good. Let's offer you maybe an entry contract or something. It's like half an hour from our house to get up to their stadium, and it's not like going up to Cleveland.
Oh God, no.
So we bought an 8-game season ticket. We bought 8 games, which is weekends. Thursday night before opening night was the kind of the kickoff.
Thank you for buying a season ticket.
Season ticket holders and host families were invited. So the way the Frontier League works is a lot of these guys are younger guys, you know, obviously just out of high school, just out of college age. So there's families around the teams that they play for that they live with for the season, basically.
Don't they do that for hockey too?
So the way it works a lot of times with the NHL and the AHL for hockey is you'll be paired up with a player on the team. Now I think some of the junior leagues do it this way too, where there's host families. It just gives them somebody to ground them in where they live, is basically what it is. So we as season ticket holders got to go up, do batting practice.
We got to go and play on the field.
They had, you know, some of the concessions open, so we got a nice little meal out of it. And Friday night was the opening night game, and it was rainy, which wasn't horrible until the sun started going down and it got cold, and then both of us were like, yeah, we're out.
I have a very simple rule. I'll do wet, I'll do cold, I won't do both.
Yeah, it was rough.
You put the 30. If it was 40 degrees out there and not raining, with the amount of blankets and coatage we had, we would have been fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I pulled out. So Friday morning, I just decided I'm gonna pull out one of my yearlies to work on through the weekend. So I pulled out European Village, which is my stamped cross-stitch kit that I inherited from Laura King. Someday, this is going to be another one of those long-term projects. But I did work on it. I put 438 stitches in it. We don't need to unroll the whole thing.
I wasn't going to.
So there was some brown, these dark brown bits here.
Might be easy if you look at the back.
These dark brown bits here. And then there was some really like light, almost white bits kind of in and around the house.
Right there?
Yes, right in here, in and around the house that I worked on. So, and yes, that is it rolled up. It kind of just flops all over. I do not put this in a hoop. I have tried putting it in a hoop. It just makes it more difficult. It just flops all over. While I'm stitching on it, it just, that's what makes my life easy.
It's stitching related. You'll find out when we're done with the video. I was getting spelling for something. I have a title idea.
So that's my stitching for the week. I need to go grab my little notebook before we jump into haul, because we're going to need it for plans. So hold, please. Okay, and we're back. Haul.
I got Xbox Live, and I'm just getting down different video games.
Yes, you got Xbox Live in here. I went out with, so what was it? It was the first. I went out with Tristan for the day. We went out with the purpose of going to a bookstore on the east side in Macedonia. This is a thrifted book. It was a used bookstore. It wasn't a bad bookstore for a used bookstore. I wouldn't say it was worth the hour drive. They had a lot of the mass media, small paperbacks. Think Danielle Still type books. That's like it wasn't all those types of books, but think there's a lot of those types of books. I did get a couple of books there that looked mildly interesting. Oh, well, let me rephrase that. One looked mildly interesting. One was one of the Bridgerton books, because I do eventually want to read the Bridgerton books. Eventually. Says the person staring at the looming pile of TBR books. I have one when I finish the Shadow and Bone original trilogy I need to read, because it's Tristan's book, and I don't like giving people stuff, although I'm pretty sure they have already read it. It is written by, it is not one of the books in the Game Changer / Heated Rivalry series, written by the same person. So, and then while over there, there was a yarn shop, like yarn shop? I don't remember what was there. Bookstore. Yarn shop wasn't what I liked for a yarn shop. I like yarn shops that have a majority of the indie dyers, and she didn't have any. That being said, I did find a couple things there that I wanted. One of them was actually this really cute Granny Square card deck. It is 50 different Granny Square designs, crochet. I thought that could be fun for something to do with some random mismatches of yarn, just to make them fun. And then I got a crocheted Sharky. I need to make my crocheted Sharky.
You don't want to know, it just right through my mind.
What?
Get the tail of a crocheted seal and put it out of its mouth. Put a little Velcro there so during Shark Week we make it a bad week to be a seal.
No, we're not going to assault my seals. I don't like Sharkies.
I know.
So, let's see. On our adventure, then we went to the candy store in Medina and the T-shirt vinyl place in Medina because I needed to get stuff to make my mom's Mother's Day present. I already gave Mom her Mother's Day present because Mother's Day was yesterday. Happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there. We were all over creation that Friday. We then went up to Crocker Park to get graders. But before we went into Crocker Park, we went to a sewing shop. Quilt shop? Quilt shop isn't the right word. We went to a fabric store called Pins and Needles. I've heard loads of about pins and needles from my friends. It's not in Laura driving range, so Tristan decided Laura was going to go to Pins and Needles. Laura needs to win the lottery. They sell all of the nice, pretty, big embroidery machines that are multiple thousands of dollars. That's why you've been bringing this
up. Okay.
What?
Oh, remember yesterday the conversation we had about if we won the lottery? That's where all that came from.
Yes, because we were walking through Pins and Needles having this conversation.
I'm just going to say this now. As I told you, we're going to need a new house before you buy anything from that place.
At some point, if I remember, hopefully I remember, I have to, I know how I can get it onto the computer. There's a picture floating over my face of a lovely chair that is sewing themed, that it's rolly. Somebody donated it to the Ladies Guild Rummage sale at the end of April. I immediately, as soon as it rolled into the room, went, oh, I'm taking that bad boy home with me. So I claimed the chair. I looked at the ladies in charge and I said, how much do you want for the chair? $15. Sounds great to me. Until I walked into Pins and Needles, the store in which it was bought from, and I saw the actual price of the chair.
You owe the church money.
I feel like I should write them another check and give them some more money. That chair was several $100s brand new. And Tristan has one at the house in North Carolina, and I went, I didn't pay full price for it. I'm going, thank God. Because, whoa, buddy. Had a great time in Pins and Needles. Did buy something. It is a quilt in a box kit. So this is like a little mini quilt. Actually, it was part of a larger quilt. But they had a couple of the pieces from the rest of the quilt. And then you could buy like a kit with the bigger quilt. This is the only part of it I actually thought was cute and liked. It's little strawberries. So I just bought the kit for the little strawberries. And it's got the pattern and all of the fabric. You need to cut your fabric, but it's got pattern and all the fabric you need to make the quilt. The little quilt. You can make a full-size, like, decorative quilt out of one of these. They are kind of expensive, but they are also kind of cool. And then we went to Grader's and got ice cream, and then we went to Barnes & Noble's, and I bought 2 books, brand new. And then we went and had dinner, and I'm going, oh my God, I need to stop spending money. I need to stop spending money. Tristan and I had that conversation. So, that was kind of my adventures for the last 2 weeks and stuff. I mean, I realized I made haul kind of a little bit longer because I talked about my adventures, but that's sometimes what happens with haul is you go on adventures, and Tristan and I like going on adventures, so I'm like, we just need to find stuff that maybe isn't as spendy. And I do believe they agree, so, we had fun today. I mean, today was an adventure. We really didn't go anywhere. So, we do need to pick out plans for the next 2 weeks. You're just going to play your video games?
I have no flipping idea.
Okay.
Because in the next 2 weeks, we have the EGA Stitch Day Saturday, don't we?
We do.
I'm probably going to that. So I'll probably stitch that day at least.
Okay. That's fair. Do you think are you gonna keep working on your little yin and yang dragons?
Yep.
Okay, good. So let's pick out 2 projects for 2 weeks worth of projects, and then if we do film next week and we wish to revisit, we can. I don't know what the theme.
I know what I want to do, but you might get mad at me because it's not on the list. But I know it's something good.
Landmark. So we're doing something. Landmarks week is this week. I don't know what's coming up. I can't remember any of the prompts, but I have been kind of pick a project and make it fit. So what do you want? What do you want?
I'm looking at it. Yep.
That is going to get worked on this week.
I was going to make you work on it all week.
Well, at the rate I'm going, that may be the only thing I stitch this week.
Okay, you know what? Well, then we'll have a little bit of fun. Dragon Queen. I just randomly picked it.
Okay, that's the dragonfly. With the
yes,
queen, with
I know.
Crown. Okay, so we're going to work on Dragon Queen. I need to write this down on something. I'm going to write it in the planner. And do you want
an idea?
Do you want to pick something for the following week?
I don't know about the week, but I thought of something to do when we go to stitching on Saturday.
What?
Arctic Blast, and I'll bring Ruby.
I can do that. I can just stitch on Arctic Blast for the whole week.
Okay, but I think that would be cute.
I will attempt to adjust and twist so that I'm working on Arctic Blast over the weekend.
Okay. I just think that would be cute. What do y'all think?
I think that would be adorable.
I try.
No, I do think that would be cute. I think that would be lovely. So, there we go. So there's plans.
And I want to see how long it takes those ladies to realize that they're connected.
Oh, they will.
I know. No, I didn't say if. I said how long. Because some of them would probably take 10, 15 minutes. Some of them would go, wait a minute. But that fast.
At some point this week before Thursday, because Thursday is EGA day, I need to go over to the trunk, or yonder, and dig out my long dogs, because one of the ladies in EGA wants to see my long dog whips.
Okay.
So, the whole purpose of cleaning out the craft room was so that I could put some stuff away, because Tristan gave me 2 really nice sewing machine cases, rolling sewing machine cases. They're not something I need like all the time, but there's something that's going to be really helpful especially when the girls are up, my nieces are up, because I can put not just my sewing machine and stuff in it because the girls want to learn how to sew, but like the card making stuff can go in that, and it'll be so much easier to carry when I'm trying to get over to Mom and Dad's house with me and the dog. What?
Do you have a problem with having a third student?
No.
It has been a very long time since I've had a full breakdown of how a sewing machine works.
Okay.
I think 20. I don't want to say how long. I feel old now thinking about it. We'll shut up now.
That's okay. So, that's what we'll do.
Okay.
So when I go over there to dig out Dragon Queen, I will dig out my long dogs.
Okay.
And I've got a pile of projects that actually need packed up and put away. I need to add them to the WIP list because they were birthday starts.
You need to fix the whip list because it's currently on a book that's dying.
It's in my little notebook that gets beat up. It's supposed to be in the planner notebook. I have a notebook problem, by the way. I would just like to point that out. Oh wait, you all already know that.
Yeah. Anybody who hasn't figured that out, stick around for a few weeks.
Yes. Alright, so that's all we've got for this week. So what do we want those people to do?
Comment. Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification thingy, all the YouTube like us stuff.
Please make the algorithm like us and make us popular. We thank you for your time. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained. And we do hope to see you again next time. Until then.
Bye.